What's up, peeps? Nick Battle, aka NinosCorner, man. First off, if you like this content that is coming your way, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, get all my notifications. Helps me grow the channel a lot. And if you listen to this on a streaming podcast platform, Apple Play, Google Play, Stitcher, Breaker, like, comment, subscribe, share. Some of the best Longhorn content here in the nation. If you like stats, and that's what I'm going to give you. But today, folks, we're going to talk about what I think is going to be one of the key problems that has to be fixed here for the 2023 season for Texas to be successful, and that is the money down. So where Texas needs to actually succeed to assure that we get to a successful season this year. So just talking in the back channels with some of my guys, man, we got a group chat going on. We were just talking about what things need to happen to get this thing kind of righted here in the right direction here for 2023. And one metric that I want to bring up that was very alarming from last year, you guys know I track a lot of metrics, was the third down efficiency rates. Okay. I track third downs and their successful play rates, or the SPR, right? And you guys can see that on my website here when it comes to other, stats here during the season. But the SPR, which is the successful play rate, are plays that get you in the right motion to get a first down, basically. So half the yardage needed on first down, 70% of the yardage needed on second down, and all the yards needed on third down. Those are successful plays. So it's quite alarming to see the stats for Texas on third downs here for the season. So if I take a look at the third down metrics and I just dig down just straight into them. So if you look at all the third downs that Texas had this year, in 2022, 164 third downs. They only had 65 of those 164 third downs went for a first down. So those were successful third down plays. So that's a 39.63% rate. So about 40% successful play rate when it comes to third down. Now I do a third and short. So a third and short, folks, is any third down less that is 3 yards or less. So he had 50 of those. We were successful on 35 attempts. So 70% successful play rate on third and short. Okay. Now, third and short from the running game, 33 third downs that we attempted to run the ball on third down. We were successful on 24 of those, 72.73%. So a 73% successful play rate on a third and short running play. Okay, now if you look at the passing rate, so third and short on passing downs, we threw the ball 17 times. And we were successful at 11 out of those 17 times. So a successful play rate of about 65%. Still not bad, not bad. We will take successful play rates on third downs of 70%, 65, 70% all day long. Where Texas got in trouble with last year, folks, was third down and long. So third down and long are any plays that are 7 yards or more on third down. Okay, so third down and long, I have 76 plays on third down and long. And Texas was only successful. They got first downs on 12 of those plays. So if you had a third down of 7 yards or more, Texas had 76 of them. They had a first down on only 12 of those plays, folks. That's a 16%, 15.8%. So I'll just go ahead and round up 16% successful play rate on third and long. All right. Out of those 76 third and long, 16 were running plays. Okay. We were successful on 5 of those for a 31% SPR. So we were successful 31% of the times when we ran the ball on third and long. Now, this is the kicker. Third and long when we passed the ball. We passed the ball 60 times out of 76 times on third and long. We were only successful 7 times, folks. That is an 11.67%. I round up and say that is a 12% successful play rate on third and longs. Okay. That is not the greatest of number, folks. Third down was not our thing last year, especially third and long at third and 7 or more. To only have a 16% third and long successful play rate, it's not the best. And especially in the passing game, knowing that you're going to pass the majority of that time, 60 passes, only 7 first downs. So that is a 12% successful play rate. Now, these are things that are going to have to get better here for Texas when we look into this upcoming season. I think that the season is going to be better on third downs this year, just for the simple fact that Steve Sarkisian has finally got his quarterback in, that he doesn't have to have a battle here for the starting quarterback position. He did say in the press conference today that there is still a battle going on for that, the backup. But knowing who your starter is from the top of the season is great for Texas because they understand that it's Quinn Ewers, and now we're going to be as efficient as possible and play the most efficient ball possible so that we can get the plays that are going to make him be the most successful quarterback and make this team be the most successful quarterback. Him being the second year in the system, he's going to be able to open his playbook up more, and should be great things here for Texas. And also, the health of this Texas team also played a factor in those third downs as well. Last year, not having Isaiah Nayer, um, basically having X-Men have a broken hand, and he was your number one guy. And we're sending him on deep routes, and yes, he can do that, but it's not really his best thing. You want to get X-Man in space. You want to get the ball in his hands and get him in space and let him do his thing. I allowed the Oklahoma game in the first year he was here as a true freshman, right? Xavier Worthy's that guy. He's one of the fastest guys probably in the conference, probably the fastest guy in the team. Uh, Not only can he speed up, but his stopping ability, especially in cuts, is truly amazing. But to say all that, he was like our main weapon last year from the receiving side of the house. So teams could basically double team him, have a safety over the top of him and force other guys to make plays. I like Casey Kane or Jordan Whittington. Now, mind you, last year was the emergence of JT Sanders, so we got to see that as well. But this year, the weapons are at a plethora this year. You have Xavier Worthy, you have A.D. Mitchell, folks. Not only you have A.D. Mitchell, you have Jordan Whittington coming back. We have guys like Jonte Cook and DeAndre Moore. Isaiah Nayer is back, folks. Casey Kane is back. I'm telling you, man, we got a stacked wide receiver room. And the tight end room is also pretty damn good itself with JT Sanders and Gunnar Helm, I think, who's like that Swiss Army knife on that tight end. Room where he can block, he can catch, he can do really good things. It's a guy that has some NFL potential. So you're seeing, folks, that we have the talent around us now that I think that that third down issue should not be as drastic of a metric. And when I talk about that third down issue too as well, folks, we have to look into the fact that how do we get in third and longs? How do we have 76 third and longs? That's because we didn't handle business on the first and second down. All right. And so those are things that we have to look at as a team to figure out how can we handle business on first and second down as well so that we don't have 76 third and longs. Okay. Now, I think that's going to change drastically this year as well, too, because of the offensive line. Yes, we are missing Bijan Robinson and Roshan Johnson. Those guys probably got a third of their yards off broken tackles themselves, not even counting the blocking. They probably got a third of their yards, probably just from sheer strength, will, and the ability to break tackles and make the first person miss. They were truly special. And I think when we look at this, how special that running back room was last year, we're going to be like, wow, two guys drafted. You got Bijan, a top 7 pick in the draft, and you got Rojo being a top draft in the third round as well. Outstanding room. Now we lose those two, but we have two really good guys, two prospects up there. Jonathan Brooks, we've seen what he can do. 8 touches in the Washington game, 2 touchdowns. And Cedric Baxter, the highly touted number 1 running back in the nation last year, 5-star out of Florida, a guy who is just outstanding. Big guy. We've seen comps to him, whether it be like a Ty Gurley, whether it is a Larry Johnson that played at Penn State, comes for him, where there's a Najee Harris that played at Alabama, when Sark coached there. But we've seen the comps to him, and we've seen what Sark likes to do with a bigger back like that with Najee Harris, who can not only run the ball but can catch the ball as well. And I think we're going to have a really good running back room. But we have to understand too that, look, we are missing 2 of the top running backs to probably step foot here on the campus here. I made a comment. I said I think both of these guys are probably top 10 running backs at Texas, and we all know Bijan's probably a top 5 running back here at Texas. The thing is, where does Rojo fit in that equation? I say top 10, possibly. I got to go down the list. That was just a statement that came out of my head, but I think we can make that argument. Now, one thing I do want to say, folks, is I think the offensive line is better. I think Jonathan Brooks and Cedric Baxter and Keelan Robinson and Jaden Blue are not going to have to make as many people miss them, initially. I think that the maturation process of this line with Jake Majors being the think cell for this line, the guy who's going to call all the calls, having a guy like DJ Campbell, 5-star next to him, having a Hayden Conner to the left of him as well, a guy who's been in the system and started all last year and some games in the previous year. And then having your tackles, I think you probably got one of the strongest tackle units in the Big 12, especially with Kelvin Banks Jr., future first round pick, probably a future top 5 pick in the draft, and a guy like Christian Jones, who has manned that right tackle position outstanding, last year, and we only expect better things from him this year. A guy who has the potential to get drafted as well. So, with that being said, I think this offensive line is going to be light years better than it was last year. I mean, it was good last year, a good young line. I think these guys have matured a lot, and I think they're going to play outstanding this year. And I don't think our running backs are going to have to work as hard this year. Now, in saying that, that's going to help us in first and second down. And if they help us in first and second downs and get some of those third down and longs, those 76 third down and longs, we can get those to third and shorts, whether they're, in the 5 to 3 yard range, we could potentially have an opportunity where our third down successful play rate, I would want them in that third and short range because we were hitting those at a clip of 73%. Third and shorts were 73%. The odds are better there. So if we can convert some of those 76 third and longs, let's say we get 25 of those down to third and shorts, then guess what? Out of those 25, you have it right. Let's just say 70% of those are going to be converted. That, folks, is another, what is that, 15 plays, another 15 plays, another 15 conversions for this team, more time for that offense on the field, more rest for our defense. That's an extra possession or two per game, folks. And guess what? That can turn an 8-14 into 10-2, 11-1, maybe 12-0 real quick, converting on third downs. But folks, let me know what you feel about the third down rates that we had here in the previous year and how we need to correct those here for the 2023 season. All right, folks, so let me know what you guys think about those third down rates, those third down metrics here for the Texas football team for the 2022 season, and if we can get those to be better here for 2023. Just leave me a note in the comments, folks. But on that note, folks, man, I'm going to end this podcast like I end all of them. Do you? Don't be afraid to fail, outgrow your environment, understand your brilliance. Horns always up. Ninos Corner, we're out. Hook 'em.